innkeeper.
So then I tell the hag, go turn on the light switch and make me a sandwich. So she took my name down and wrote it in her little black spell book. Oh yeah? Which one? And for dinner, I put a bun in the coven. She ended up staying the night, and I threw her around like a hag doll. I'll see you later. Make sure you practice safe hacks. Meanwhile, I'll entertain my other guests with the latest witching tale called The Witching Hour. It is a breezy November evening in Arkham, the perfect night for a walk through Independence Square, or so you had thought up until the moment Anna Caslow offered to tell your fortune. You agreed, though you would soon come to regret this decision. For each of the cards the Romani soothsayer draws from her deck, she weaves a tale of despair and misfortune, judgment, temperance, justice, the hermit, the hangman, the hierophant, the lovers, the chariot, the wheel of fortune. To complete her tale, Anna draws the top card and lays it in the center of the information. Dominating the old worn card is the ominous image of a towering construct of black onyx. A hellish storm rages over the tower, lightning cursing through the dark clouds. It reads, The Tower, 16. Even if the rest of the reading had gone swimmingly, the sight of the center card would have sent a shiver down your spine. As it stands now, it feels more like the closing of a casket over your body.
You did tell me to give it to you straight,
The soothsayer says. She sits cross-legged in front of you, wearing a stony, grim expression. From her unwavering gaze and her cold eyes, you can tell Anna derives no satisfaction from this reading.
Simple misfortune is the least of your concerns.
She explains.
This is a matter of life and death.
She motions to the cards surrounding the tower, each of them laid in the reverse position, and stares at them intently.
A raid against you is everything that you cannot see. You alone stand in their way.
She says enigmatically.
What can I do to avoid this fate?
The woman nods and draws the top card of the deck with a steady hand, revealing it to you without looking at it herself. Depicted on the card is a single wooden hand, surrounded by a pattern of broken stained glass. It reads, Ace of Rods.
You must be ready to act.
She advises.
Without hesitation, without regret. When the opportunity arises, you must set into motion the events that will change this fate.
Silence hangs in the air as you peer into the tower card. The world around you dissolves into emptiness as your eyes fixate on the onyx tower. Rolling thunder echoes in the distance.
Do you understand now?
Anna asks. There is no other sign of the soothsayer, only her strained voice. A bolt of lightning streaks across the sky.
Do you see your fate before you as I do?
Another resounding crack of thunder, and you're suddenly awake. Icy rain pelts your body, soaking you through to the bone. You're lying in the mud beside a wooded trail, and there is no other soul in sight. Remain calm, and you may peer into an uncertain future. The balance of the universe was tilted. You are the fulcrum. Be patient, and all will be revealed. You have awakened alone, deep in the woods south of Arkham. The mysterious soothsayer is nowhere to be seen. You rise up from the muddy trail and try to find your bearings. As oppressive weight hangs in the air.
So we are going to be playing the Witching Hour with Father Mateo. The deck list will be linked in the description, and I will be making a separate video that I will post after this one that talks about the deck and the decisions that I made to create the deck. The most important decision is the use of arcane research. I put 2 copies in the deck, which immediately will start Mateo off with 2 mental trauma. So he will start with 6 sanity, but it helps him upgrade his spell cards much more quickly, and the lower sanity actually will help me with some of the things that I'm planning with the deck. Alright, gonna start shuffling our cards right now. This is the encounter deck, and then we're gonna shuffle our deck and draw our opening hands. Since we're playing a mystic, as usual, we have to have something to help us with investigating and fighting. Mateo's intellect is a 3, so it's okay. It's passable. Especially in this this first scenario where the modifiers aren't too bad, especially since we picked the really bad opening for cards. We got the Ace of Rods and the Tower, so we have to put out these 4 Witch Haunted Woods into play, and then we have to just move between them and investigate them until we can advance the act. So what we're trying to do here is start with something to help us defend ourselves in combat, whether it be Shrivelings or Mists of Relay, or I put a Shards of the Void in there, or I think I put a Wither in there. And we also need ways to investigate, whether it be Sixth Sense or flashlights. So here we go. We will be mulligan. All right, we got a flashlight. Emergency cash don't need. Ooh, okay. So the Codex of Ages is a really nice signature card when you're playing solo. So I might just keep that. I don't need emergency cash and uncage the sonar opening hand, so we can get rid of one or both of these. Let's get rid of cash, uncage the soul. What the heck? We need spells really bad. Oy, come on. Oh man. So we have no way for us to defend ourselves, but we did get the Ace of Rods to start with, so that gets put into play without us paying its cost. So at least that's decent. That could probably come in handy later on. Combined with the Codex of Ages, this will give us extra turns and bonuses to skill checks. So, although we didn't get our fighting spells, at least we did get 2 really good cards that can certainly be useful later in the scenario. We may have to start drawing cards. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, Ace of Rods gets put into play at no charge because it's in our opening hand. And I think the next thing that we're going to want to do is put out that flashlight, because we want to get through these locations and advance the act as quickly as possible. So here's our first starting location. It is the Overgrown Barn. 3-shot, 1 clue. We spawn enemies there instead of other places when they spawn. So it is a victory point. We definitely want to grab that. Not too hard with the flashlight. The investigation should be fairly simple, going a 3 against a 1. So here we go. Flashlight. Pay 2 resources. And it gets 3. Okay, there it is. Gonna use the flashlight we just put out. So use a charge, leaving us at 2 charges left. So we're gonna go 3 to a 1. So Chaos Bag. I think there's just like a -3 and a -4 in there that can stop us. So, oh, +1. So we get that clue nice and quick on our very first round. Very nice. We get 1 more action. We're going to use it to move on to the next location. Let's just get over with these very quickly. 2-shot, 1 clue. Can't investigate unless we have 3 to 5 cards in hand. We have 3 cards, so this is our last action for the turn. We're going to draw a card at the end of our turn, so we're going to be good in the card situation unless some treachery makes us discard one. So, oh wait, actually we can't have between 3 and 5 cards. So we're going to have to play some cards or draw cards, which is fine. I want to draw cards if I don't get a combat spell. Or if we get one, then obviously we'll be playing that and the Codex. Wither, okay, at least that will help us with combat a little bit, but it's not the greatest card out there. First Doom goes on the agenda. Oh my.
Yep, got a nice head start, and the first card we draw is an Ancient Evils. So, here's a joke. What do you call evil that's not polite? Ancient Evils.
God. Looks like the encounter deck's playing a joke on us. We were ahead, we're no longer ahead, but we're still on pace, so we're doing okay. And now that we have Wither, that's really going to help out. But I think first, I want to put out the Codex of Ages. I think overall this is going to benefit me more, because I can pull out that Elder Sign on any one test and guarantee success and an extra turn possibly, or a card and a resource. Wither is really just going to help me hit for 1 damage. So I'm not too worried just yet. I'm glad we have it in our hand, and we will be playing that next without question. So here we go. Actually, I do have enough resources for Wither, so let's put out Wither so we can defend ourselves. Look at this. This is actually really convenient. So Wither goes into play. This lets us fight with our willpower instead of combat. Definitely helps, even though it only does 1 damage. At least it'll be hitting more consistently. So let's investigate. Oop. And we can do so because we have less than 3 cards. So there we go. Okay, and it's going to be a 3 versus 0. Let's do it. And that's a -1. That's good enough. So we get this clue. Boom. All right, 2 down. Look at that. We are making short work of these 4 witch-haunted wood locations, getting ourselves some nice, juicy victory points for Mateo. All right. So we... At the end of the round. Okay. So this is the end of the round, so I guess we're going to go ahead and spend those. I hate advancing the act at the end of my turn, but this requires it. So here we go.
As the rain lets up, a dense fog rolls in throughout the area. Soon all the woods have vanished within the hazy fog. You call out for your companions, but none answer. You grope blindly in the haze, searching for something, anything, to which you can cling.
So here we have to set aside a random Arkham Woods location and a goat spawn, and then make a test. And then put demonic piping and stuff on the... Put 2 in the discard deck and 1 on the encounter. Well then, something I didn't mention earlier. I did mix in some of the return to the Devourer below in the woods, so I'm going to pick a random one, and possibly could be one of those. FYI, if you don't recognize it, it's because it's from the Return to set. So let's see what we got, and it is one from the Return. So this is the Corpse-Ridden Clearing. 3-shot, 1 clue. That's annoying. Enemies here can't take more than 1 damage. That it's not going to be a problem, because guess what? We can only do 1 damage with Wither, so not a big deal. And we get a goat spawn engaged, and it may be exhausted if we pass our willpower or agility test, which we will take in just a moment. And then next we have to do the demonic piping. So we're going to put demonic piping. You know what? let's take the test first, so before we forget. So, Codex gives us, so it's going to be 5, 2, or 3. Gotta really mix these in, so make sure we get the good one. Oh, a tablet. So it's only a -1. We didn't fail. So bad things happen if you do. So he is exhausted. And now we're going to grab these 3 copies of Demonic Piping, 1 and 2. And then 1 gets shuffled into the encounter deck. We don't want to pull that one. This is kind of something that can rarely happen in single player. I've never had it happen, but pulling all 3, I mean, I guess it's possible in a 4-player game, but it's still kind of rare, I think. Never had it happen, so. And that does it for the act. So now we go to the next act.
Witch hauntings. Whatever arcane rites are being practiced in these woods, they are attracting the attention of all manner of vile beasts, the likes of which you've never seen. Is this what the soothsayer was trying to warn you about?
Well, this one's pretty straightforward. We just need 1 clue. But this is where the bug is in this scenario. If you haven't heard of it, part of the reason I put the Return to set in there with the other woods, there is a chance that you don't have enough clues available in multiplayer to advance, or in single player, something like that. So, anyways, didn't happen to us. So, get our resource, draw a card, and 6 cents will come in handy because we still are going to need to do lots of investigating, and we have 1 charge left of our flashlight. Okay, now it's time for another Doom. And Frozen in Fear, the dreaded. This is one of the most dreaded cards in the game. People talk about it a lot because it's rough on low willpower investigators, because they're pretty much stuck with it, and it's hard to get rid of if you don't have high willpower. But Mateo shouldn't have too much of a problem getting rid of it. I don't have too much that I can commit to it, but that's okay. I can just attempt the test. Is this... Yeah. I don't know if we... Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and move, because that's... No, let's grab the clue first, and then we'll move. The goat spawn doesn't hunt, and it's exhausted. So this will buy us some time. So last charge on the flashlight, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Grab this clue. We have nothing we can commit, so here we go. Just running it. 3, 2, 1. A 0. Okay. So we grab that clue, and now we're going to advance the act, and then we're going to move. So, yes. Moving quickly here.
Mateo's moving fast. Is this what people call religious fasting? As you scour the woods for answers, or a path that will lead you back home, you find yourself drawn off the beaten trail by a mesmerizing melody of silver pipes. Deeper into the damp, hazy woodland, you delve, searching for the source of the strange music. Finally, you come upon a foggy clearing, at the center of which lies a half-rotted tree stump. An old but delicately carved wooden flute lies atop the stump, silently beseeching you to approach. The moment you touch the instrument, the piping melody that lured you here is cut short, and the dense fog around you disperses with a sudden breeze. Paths into twilight. With the strange fog dispersed, you're now able to explore the woods. You're unable to find the main path that leads back to Uptown, but this is your chance to discover more about the ritual the witches are conducting.
So all locations are now connected to other locations. This is important in multiplayer in case you haven't played this before. because you're kind of separated in multiplayer. For solo, it doesn't really make a difference. Everything's connected to everything anyway. So we're gonna move for our last action. Witch Haunted Woods, 3 shroud, 2 clues. It is a victory. When we discover clues, though, we lose resources, but I'm not too worried because all the things that I needed to set up on the board are done. So I don't care about losing resources right now. That ends our turn, so we get to test Frozen in Fear. So let's go ahead and I think we're at 5, so let's see. Yep. Anything to commit? Nope. So he readies. And let's go 5 versus 3. So end of the round. 5, 2, 3. And -1. So again, another -1. Good enough. Let's get rid of this annoying card. And oh yes, look at this. That is what I call luck. Another flashlight. So we ready? And let's go ahead and put our doom. We are at 4 doom. And this is Centuries of Secrets, test 5 willpower. Discard the top card of the encounter deck for each point you fail by. Whatever, it's a 5 versus 5. So we'll see how much damage we take. And a 0. Look at that. We don't fail at all. Yeah, this bag is pretty easy for this scenario. If you pick, you get a nasty card, but I think I want to bring the flashlight out. New flashlight into play. Get rid of the old, in with the new. 3 more charges. Spend 1. And that puts us 3, 2, 1. Okay. And a -4. Wow, okay. Let's try to do this again. That's a waste of a charge. That was not fun. Not fun at all. Luckily, I have that other spell. 6 cents. So let's do another charge for now. 3 to 1. We'll play the spell once we run out of charges here. So we pull a... Oh!
Okay, I screwed up. I should have used Mateo's ability to turn the autofill to the auto success. Always do that the first time. Anyways, since he's a father, Mateo, shouldn't his name be Father Pa-Teo?
God, that's a terrible pull. Oh my god. Wow, this last flashlight, it's just not worked out very well for Mateo. I mean, 2 failures. Let's move the hunters. And he engages, and now we are, hits us. This guy moves in and hits us, so 1 damage. Not terribly bad, but now we gotta deal with this 3 health creature. So, readies, resource and a card. So, okay, well, this is good. Now we have ways to prevent some damage. So, Mateo is set up pretty good. I just had a bad round last round. Bedeviled. Oh, it goes in one of these cards that goes in the threat area. This campaign has so many treacheries that just get put into your threat area and like ruin your day. So this is one, because I cannot trigger Wither with Bedeviled in play. That's pretty nasty. We gotta get rid of it. Committing Sign Magic, so that'll put us at a 6 to a 3. And I think that's really decent odds with this bag. So come on, hopefully the bad luck is over. Alright, -1. So we get rid of Bedeviled. This guy attacks us, so he deals another point of damage. Not too worried yet. And now Wither this guy. So 5 to a 3. Skull is a -1. So we got him. So not bad. he gets hit for 1. And because we drew a skull, he goes down to a 5 to a 2. Actually, Wither's not terribly bad when you're pulling special tokens. That's pretty cool. So let's, you know what? Let's evade him. Let's go ahead and evade him. Mateo's is decent 3, and he went down, so it's a 3 to a 1. It's not bad, and then he won't deal damage this round. That's probably a good strategy. A 0, so he is evaded, and he'll re-engage us because it's the end of the turn, and he'll ready again, but at least he won't attack us and do damage to us. So, man, Wither, a hero. Hero of a card. I never expected it. I am one of those people that think Wither's not a great card, but you know what? It's not a terrible card either. Let's gain a resource. I'm getting some of these desperate cards, and I put them in the deck because I do plan on having some mental trauma later. Oh, Evil Pass, another card that goes in the area. This one just sits there until the encounter deck runs out. It's kind of like that Beyond the Veil if you've played the Dunwich Legacy, but Beyond the Veil is just nasty. Okay. Now, let's figure this out. Wither. Let's wither this guy. 5 to a 3. Chaos Bag. +1. So we hit him. He doesn't go down, but we do it again. 5 to a 3. So I think, God, yeah, -2. That's good enough. We have killed this guy with Wither. So it's better than not having an attack card. So take a horror. Okay. When we kill this guy, he deals us a horror. Final charge of the flashlight. Let's do this. Then we use the spell. So it's going to be a 3 to a 1. We've had really bad luck investigating this location. It's worth a victory point. So, alright, -4 again. This is cursed. This location is definitely cursed. Oh, man. Okay. I mean, it's comical because that's 3 failures in a row. I wish I had like Drawn to the Flame in my hand. Pick up those 2 clues and move on, you know? And sacrifice. Okay. Sacrifice. I don't particularly need it, but at least it has icons. Oh my god, another evil past. Yeah, it surges. Yeah, you don't put 2 in your... Oh man, it's an enemy. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. And it's a 2/2 creature, so it's not too strong, but still another creature to slow us down for the round. Man, we've just been stuck at this location for several rounds. Sometimes that happens in this game, you know? Oh, boy. Yeah, so we don't get to put demonic... It got discarded, the demonic piping, so we don't have to put it on the agenda. It's only if you draw it. Thank goodness. I think we're pretty safe from that right now. Okay, so now we gotta deal with her. Sometimes you just get stuck like this. Alright, let's wither this lady now. So it's gonna be a 5 to a 2. So -3, number needed. So deal damage and we do it again. 5 to a 2. A 0. Alright, she's dead. Get her out of here. Wasted 2 actions and we still got 2 clues to pick up here. So let's... This agenda is going to advance soon too. So let's use 3 to bring out our 6th sense. We need it. Oh, we need it. So it goes into play. We can use our willpower to investigate. So now we're cooking with butter. Let's investigate. Oh, we can't. That's our last action. Yeah, that's our last action. So that ends our turn. Resource and a card. More desperate skills. These may come in handy in a few rounds. But look at this. This agenda is good enough to move. Oh, man. Things are gonna start to get ugly.
The rite commences. The moon reaches the height of its arc in the night sky. The trees begin to shift and twist in the breeze as though made of something other than solid matter. Dozens of birds suddenly scatter from every treetop. In the distance, you can hear a faint melody, the pitch bending in the wind. A cloaked figure emerges from the darkness beyond the brush, a vortex of magical energy coalescing at her feet.
Are you the ones who have been meddling with our works?
She wonders aloud, gazing at you suspiciously from underneath her thick hood.
It's no matter. You are not welcome here.
She threatens.
Begone, or face the consequences.
The night howls. As midnight draws nearer, the forest begins to take on another form. A canopy of darkness overtakes the stars. The wind picks up in intensity, its whistling echoing through the trees. A dangerous power gathers deep within the woods, drawing only the foul and the foolish.
Looks like the witches are here. Okay, so we have to do a little bit of setup here. So, okay, we have to discard all the cards except 5. There we go. And then, let's see, witch, topmost witch, humanoid. And then that's 12. Okay, so we're a little bit behind, but we have the switch to deal with. We're not too far behind though. So 5 to 2.
Wither.
Gonna wither her. Okay, -1. Right, that's a -1. Do 1 damage to her. Do it again. It's gonna be a 5 to 2. And that is 0. Yes. Got her. Actually, that should have been a 5 to 1 because of wither, but we still got it though. So let's use 6 cents and investigate this location. And 5 to a 3. Let's undo that investigate. So let's move from here. Let's move. Never mind. Let's just investigate. 5 to 3. -2. We get it. We undo the curse of this location, and we get a clue. We have to lose a resource when we successfully investigate this location. So, lose a resource. I'm surprised I remembered that. And, yeah, so now we just gotta get that last clue, but this ends our turn. So, in this round, hopefully we don't get any enemies, and we can complete this location and move on. And we get an ally. We got a lot of cards in hand. I'm gonna have to start using some of these or getting rid of them. Yeah. Not yet, though. So, 1 doom. The clock is ticking because this is the final agenda in this scenario. No enemies, no enemies. Okay, so this is Diabolic Voices. Test 3 willpower. Discard 1 card from your hand at random. Okay. It gets +1 difficulty for each Diabolic Voices in the discard. So let's see. Huh. No Diabolic Voices so far, yeah. Yeah, none. So I guess that's going to be a 5 to a 3. Straightforward. This is a tablet, which is a -1, so we get it. Nice. Let's do it again. 6 cents. 5 to a 3. So it's a skull, -1. So yeah, we get that last clue and we get our victory point. Cool. And just so you know that Ancient Evils, I did put one Resurgent Evils from the Return to set in place of the other Ancient Evils. FYI, in case you're wondering. So this is a 4 shroud, 2 clue location, another victory. Each, oh, ouch. When we get clues, we have to discard cards. This is a rough one, but we got plenty of cards we had to get rid of anyways. So there you go, Encounter Mythos. Mateo so far is doing decent, I think. I've had much harder runs at this. I think this campaign is made for Mystics, to be honest. There's a lot of willpower stuff going on here. Okay, what do we do here? We can commit. Let's draw. Yeah, another Olive. Another Olive McBride. Jeez Louise. Okay. Doom. On the agenda. Another Diabolic Voices. Looks like they were all stuck together. This time it's going to be a 5-2-4. The test is getting harder. Still not too worried though. There are a lot of tokens worth -1 in this scenario. A skull, which is a -1. So we pass this and nothing lost. Now we get to investigate freely. Let's grab this last victory point from this location and get things taken care of here. First, let's make things easier on Mateo. We'll pay 2 and bring in Olive McBride herself. I don't think we need to use her ability for this test. We'll just run it. It's going to be a 5-4. Committing the other Olive. And I don't think that we're going to need to replace this one, so I'm not too worried about committing her. Let's go ahead and commit sacrifice too. No. Yeah. 7-4. -2. All right. Well, I'm glad we committed some cards. Get that clue. Discard a card at random. Please don't. Oh my god. I was hoping it wasn't that. Okay. Let's go for the next one. I'm not extremely worried about it. So 5-4. And run it straight. And actually, you know what? Let's use Olive. So we'll turn Olive and we'll draw 3 tokens instead of 1. Drawing 3. Get rid of -3 and that'll be a 1 and a 0. So it's a -1. We get our clue. Alright, get our victory point. And let's see what card we get rid of. Please don't be deny existence. And it's deny existence. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Not a big deal. For those of you who don't know, Olive McBride is really handy in Mateo because you're drawing 3 tokens, you're increasing your chances of getting that auto success, which is going to be no matter what other token you pull with it, it succeeds unless it's the autofill, which you can still turn. Anyways, we advance the act, which puts out the Witch's Circle, 3 clues, 3 shroud, and it goes into play in
A circle unbroken. You come across a clearing where a ritual circle has been constructed. Several hooded figures stand around it in a trance, unaware of your presence. Overlooking the ritual is a powerfully built woman who brandishes a long, wary dagger as she sees you approach.
Leave this place at once,
She commands.
And this is the final act. So this is it. We just got to grab these 3 clues or kill Annette Mason. I don't think I have the firepower to kill her right now because I never got my Shrivelings or my Shards of the Void. So I'm better off going for the clues. This place has 3 clues. These are clues to advance, so we gotta get rid of these. Okay. And draw a card for the turn. Okay. Yeah, this place has 3 clues, and we have to put a net mason in there, and then she's going to start adding extra doom and bringing more witches into play. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge in the very end. And she is a tough cookie. She is not easy to hit, evade, or kill, and she retaliates. She is victory 2, though, but location is victory 2, so either or, you're going to get 2 victory points if you end up winning here. There's the third diabolic voices. Oh my god, 3 in a row. Now it's going to be tougher, so 5 to a 5. I don't know that I care to really commit anything to it. It's fine. Let's just take it. And that's a 0. Oh my god, we still passed it. That's pretty incredible, actually. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and win the scenario. I have a plan. I think if we go in, we can tank the attacks of opportunity between Olive and Mateo and be able to pick up these 3 clues, just taking the attacks of opportunity. Luckily, I got the Codex of Ages, which I can guarantee a successful pull with and get an extra action with. And I have the Ace of Rods, which can give me an extra action with a +2. So at this point, it's going to take a lot for me to not succeed in this. So we move in, action number 1. Annette engages. We're going to... oh, wait. I think I need to add another Doom from Annette. So there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 Doom in play. All right. 6 cents. Investigate with 6 cents. Putting us 5 to a 3. And that hits us. 1 and 1. And now we have enough. No, we don't have enough horror yet. Okay, almost. So we'll pull. And come on. It's a skull. It's a -1. So we get it. We get first clue. 2 to go. Now we shall put our master plan into play.
Put the master plan.
Which, let's use the... We'll use the Ace of Rods first, not the Codex, because the Codex is a guaranteed success no matter what our score is. The Ace of Rods will give us a +2, so we still need the Ace of Rods. 5 to a 3. Ace of Rods. +2. So, basically, it gives us an extra action. 7 to a 3. And she hits us. Give it to Olive. Yeah. She hits us. And it's a -1. So we get it. We got 1 clue to go. And this time we're going to use the Codex. So 5 to a 3, but we use the Codex, which is an automatic success. So here we go. We take our attack of opportunity. Oops. And there it is. Auto success. And that is the end. That is the end, ladies and gentlemen. This is you. Not really sure what song that was.
A loud crack echoes throughout the woods as you break the circle and reverse the witch's spell.
No, they've broken the ritual.
One of the witches screams as the spell's energy backfires. White-hot lightning strikes the center of the field, sending dirt and debris flying in every direction. You duck for cover.
Hey, and we successfully beat this with an R2. So let's count up our victory points. I think we got a really good amount. So let's see. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 3. This is a 4. This is 6. 6. 6. Yep. That's actually really good for first scenario. 6 full victory / experience points. And we did surprisingly well. So to those who dislike Mateo, I say, ha! There you go. Yes, other mystics probably would have done the same or better, but whatever. Haters.
With the spell broken, the hooded figures turn their attention to you. More of them emerge from the tree line, eager to take vengeance upon you for destroying their plans.
Interloper.
One of them calls you, pulling off her hood and pointing a gnarled wooden rod in your direction. Her bright red hair glows in the firelight, embers dancing around her extended hand.
You will not escape this time.
She cries, prepared to strike you down.
Stop.
The leader of the coven yells in a commanding voice, holding up her hand. The red-haired accuser stops you in her tracks, and there is a sudden stillness in the clearing around the circle.
But High Priestess,
The witch persists.
they're the ones from before. The ones who interfered with our great work.
The high priestess places a hand on the red-haired witch's shoulder.
As always, I admire your perseverance, sister. I do not believe these are the ones you speak of.
She replies. The red-haired witch lowers her rod as the high priestess approaches you, her arms crossed. She watches you with a hard glare, her gaze never straying far from you.
I am Annette, and these are my sisters. Tell me, who are you and why are you here?
You explain how you awoke in the woods, how you were attacked by terrible creatures, and how you came to the center of this circle in order to break the spell surrounding the woods. Annette's eyes narrow as she hears your story.
That is impossible. The circle was closed. None could enter the woods while we were completing our spell.
She grits her teeth.
You must go at once. This is not your place. But, High Priestess!
The red-haired witch exclaims, only to be interrupted by Annette's gaze. The two lock eyes, a battle of wills that quickly proves Annette victorious.
Stand down, Erin.
Annette says with a firm, motherly tone, as though admonishing a child. She turns her attention back to you as the witch named Erin lowers her head in defeat.
Go. You've broken the spell just as you desired. You can leave the woods now, but I give you one final warning. Cross us again, and we will not be so merciful.
You begin to protest, but before you're able to utter a single word, a dark gale snuffs out the fire at the center of the clearing. Shadows from beyond the tree line suddenly twist and coil into the clearing, tugging at the edges of the witches' cloaks. One by one, the shadows twist and pull each of the witches into the darkness beyond. In moments, they are gone. You are left with only the soft glow moonlight to guide you home.